Are the Democrats going to impeach President Trump? The president seemed to have that possibility on his mind when he took to Twitter this morning saying only high crimes and misdemeanors can lead to impeachment. There were no crimes by me, no collusion, no obstruction, so you can't impeach. It was the Democrats that committed the crimes, not your Republican president. Tables are finally turning on the witch hunt. Well, here to talk about this is Travis County GOP Chairman Matt Mackowiak and Glenn Smith from Progress, Texas. Glenn, the president told reporters today he is not worried about being impeached. Should he be?
Well, I think he should be worried about being held accountable, whether that means impeachment before the election and getting tossed out of the White House by the voters in the election or getting indicted after the election should tragedy strike and he's reelected. Listen, high crimes, they're Trump's middle name. He welcomed a foreign adversary into his campaign to help him win election, and then he tried to obstruct justice when people wanted to investigate it. That's the beginning and the end of it. So he's going to face those charges one way or the other. I also think by a number of tweets and the sort of manic expressions of I'm not worried, I think they show he is worried.
Matt Mackowiak, would an impeachment hurt Democrats or help them?
Well, I think it would hurt them with the, the broader electorate. One of the things to watch here is that Speaker Nancy Pelosi has said she's not going to pursue impeachment unless there's bipartisan support. There is no bipartisan support. In fact, there's not even unified Democratic Party support for impeachment right now. As we sit here, the Democrats are getting on a conference call today to discuss what their next steps are going to be in the House. I do think they're going to continue to investigate the president. Whether they ultimately pursue an impeachment vote, which would be a straight party line vote in Congress, is up to them. I think it would be a loser politically. You have 25 or 30 Democrats from districts that Trump won in 2016 that are not going to want to see that happen, that are moderate Democrats. And either way, it's not going to lead to removal from office. You need 2/3 of the Senate, which means 20 Republican senators would have to vote to remove Trump from office. Let's step back for a second. For 2 years, we were told there was collusion, there was conspiracy, there was obstruction, and you see no charges against the president on any of those areas. On the question of conspiracy and collusion, the Mueller report proved that no one involved in the Trump campaign was involved with anything like that. On the question of obstruction, they chose not to charge him based on the fact that they felt there was evidence on both sides, but not enough evidence to prosecute. So that's the headline that matters, which is why I don't think ultimately Democrats will take this step, but they may feel they have to.
Glenn Smith, talking about the different types of obstruction quite a bit. Give us an example of an obstruction of justice that would merit the impeachment of the president.
Firing the FBI Director Jim Comey, trying to fire the special prosecutor, which only a smart staff stopped him from doing. Both of those things are obstruction of justice. Everything he did publicly to try to derail the investigation before it got going was obstruction of justice. Collusion is not even a crime, so for him to keep going on, there's no collusion. There's no statute that has the word in it. He welcomed the help of a foreign adversary to elect him president. He called on them in public to help find the emails of Hillary Clinton, for instance. That is a crime in my book. It's at least a high crime and misdemeanors defined by the statute. But I don't really disagree with Matt about the political nature of impeachment. It's kind of a sad fact of America today that we're afraid to hold a president accountable who's committed these kind of acts. And I'm not going to speak up for that, but I think Matt might be right about the political downside right now as we see the facts on the ground.
Okay, we got to wrap it up. Glenn, Matt, as always, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.